don't know if you like. I don't know why I remember this. It's like such like a random story.
Yeah.
But it was at E1, and I remember it was like one of the only. I know this was in the twos, and it was like one of the first times I've seen Chris like get proper angry.
Yeah.
It was like some kid in the squad was like pissing in a water bottle and then leaving it at training like every day we had training. Like I know, it's like horrible. And then like the lifeguards like kept complaining about it because it was like consistently happening when the swim squad were in. So it was obviously like one of the kids was just like. It's like, I don't know why I remembered that story when we were talking about it.
Mate,
but I remember like Chris was like raging, but he was obviously like. I remember like he's trying to obviously like that's not really acceptable. So he was like trying not to laugh while he was telling us off for it as well.
That's class, man.
That's funny, man.
One of my best friends, I shared a flat with him,
Right.
Simon, and he stays out in Australia now. And he said to me, Chris, do you fancy coming along to this football championship? I've got all this funding from my university team. Go to compete and at the championship, and it was all you needed was your beer tokens. That's all you needed. So I turned up at Simon's house,
Aye.
and I'd moved out by the stage, and they're all looking at me funny. Like some of them are really pissed off looking. I was like, "Oh shit, what's happening?" One of the boys like, "Can you play football?" I'm like, "No, are you joking?" I burst out laughing, and they all just went tutted and went, "Oh fuck's sake, man!" I was like, "Hey, what is it?" He's like, 3 guys have pulled out, and I got to go and play, and it turned out to be the World University World Cup for football. And we get there, and I'm telling you, you could not script this. So we get there, fly there, we get the minibus with a trailer attached, get all the kit on, driving along the motorway. And there's this big fancy Merc comes along beside us and waves us over.
Aye.
I'm like, let's get on. It was the owner of the company. Your payments no went through for the minibus. We're like, what?
Aye.
One of the guys had to put it on his credit card.
Right.
It was just a disaster, right? So he put it on his credit card.
Aye.
We then get to the hotel.
Aye.
Sorry, there's no reservation for you here. The university hadn't sent on the reservation, but you can stay tonight. It's okay. You can stay here tonight. And you're like, what the fuck? Simon was stressed out his box, and then we went for a training session the next day, and it just turned into an absolute rammy. Everyone was shouting, and oh my god, it was horrendous. So anyway, we turned up for the first day of the competition. We had 11 players and 11 players only.
Right.
And we were in with the Germans, who were defending champions, a team from Belgium,
Right.
Icelandic team, and a Romanian team. So the first game, 10 minutes in, one of our guys slapped one of the Belgian boys across the face, gets sent off. We get absolutely pumped 4-0.
Did you?
Second match was on the next day against the Germans.
Right.
And the Germans loved us because they drank in a bar, a university bar in Germany where they were from, called the Paisley Bar.
Oh,
They loved us, man.
So a boy for Paisley like yourself, you're going straight there.
Boys straight there, and they basically, when they came the first year, they won it with 11 players. So they absolutely loved us. And their wee coach, I'm telling you, was like wee Mickey out of Rocky. Just this wee guy with a wee Willy Bunnet on, do you know what I mean? And we played the Germans, we were like, we're going to get crucified 10-0. Do you know we lost 3-0? 3-0 we lost. We thought we'd won the fucking match. We thought we won it. I had my watch on timing it. I was counting down. We've got 5 minutes to go. We need to hold on. 5 minutes. All I did was just run about and try to distract the defenders because I had this energy for being a swimmer. And at the end of it, obviously, we drew with the Icelandics and we went and watched the Germans in the final.
Did you?
And they won. Surprise, surprise. And after that, we went to a big, massive, hangar, and we had a rave. There was a rave in the hangar. Never seen it less in my life. And I always remember Simon bursting at green. You'd be so stressed with it all, do you know what I mean? Like, nothing worked right. Like, you know, we nearly get kicked off the bus, we nearly get kicked out the hotel. It was just absolutely horrendous.
I would be giving your name with 5G. He said, I just wonder if you want to do a gig for me in the Drygate. I said, it's for the Dogs Trust. And I was like, all right, it generally is about the 1st or 2nd of January or something. I was like, all right, is that because Viv said I was one of the top comedians in Scotland? He's like, no, she said, because you've got a dog. I was like, what? He said, it's a dog's charity. I was like, all right, okay. I said, how long do you want me doing? He's like, 15, 20 minutes. I said, right, I'll do it. And I contacted him back and I said, do you need me to do like dog material? And he said, well, there's probably going to be about 70 people there and probably about 20 dogs. So, if you can do dog material, that'd be fine. That's that. Okay, and I phoned him back again. I was like, do you need me to bring my dog? And he's like, that'd be great. So Lola got me a gig at the start of the year.
No way.
So I got the gig on the Thursday night and I had to do the gig on the Saturday afternoon. So I had to write 20 minutes of dog material. So I get heckled by an Alsatian at one point. So
Do you bring a bottle of Mad Dog with you as well?
oh, there you go, Blair. You're coming board the comedy journey.
So I think you've obviously kicked some people out from drunken behaviour in bars as well.
Oh, big time, aye. Big time. I'm trying to think of the best fucking story. There's a couple of grim ones, but there was this one guy, right? I was working in somewhere in the Merchant Square. It was a nice week in a restaurant bar. I won't name names, but so it was quite quaint, like cocktail bar at night, restaurant during the day. And these two guys come in. One of them is like fucking Bammy, JK, fucking like one of those guys.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like they were like homeless or anything like that. They were just a bam, a well-dressed bam kind of thing. And then some other guy that was with him, I think he had a South African accent, so he was probably traveling or something. And then they were getting along grand, and it was like they were causing a bit of disruptions to some of the other guys. But I was like, you know what, fucking leave him to it. And then fucking out of nowhere, like the Bammy guy just starts having a go at his mate, and fucking like screaming at him, like fucking like trying to smack his phone away and like trying to smack him. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And the South African guy, this is when I knew quite clearly he was a traveller. He was like, I met this guy today. And I was like, yes, I assumed as much. He was like, I just need to know where to get back to my hotel or my the hostel or whatever is where I'm going. I know the address, but I don't have any maps on my phone or anything like that. I don't know where to get it. But this guy thinks that I'm out to get him or something. And I said to the guy, I was like, here, mate, what's the fucking problem here? What's going on? You're screaming and hollering. He's like, this guy's trying to get me chipped. He's trying to get me jumped, man. I've been jumped before. Fucking all this, that. The next thing I was like, Jesus Christ, no one's trying to jump you here, mate. You're in a nice place. If anyone's you're not in one of these fucking south East End hard man pubs. You're in a fucking cocktail bar. You're fine. No one's out to get you. And he just wouldn't stop, man. He just wouldn't stop freaking out. And he was running over to other customers and tables and stuff like that. Trying to get this guy away from him. Eventually I was like, dude, just don't go near him. I'll help you find your way home. That's fine. I need to try and get this guy out. So I was going over to him, and then he thought that he was like, you're fucking in on it too, aren't you? Fucking started screaming at me, and I was like, right, having none of that. He was trying to throw other people's drinks at me. Fucking glasses getting thrown and beer bottles getting thrown. I was like, I've had fucking enough of this. We didn't have a bouncer at the time, so I was like, Jesus Christ, right? Fucking having a bouncer would have been so helpful, but we didn't have. It was during the week, so we didn't have a bouncer on for the weekend. Damn. So I eventually wrestled him into a position where I could be like, dude, fucking chill. I managed to get him out the door, and then when I got him out the door, it was like he just fucking sprinted off, and I started sprinting after him, and then I was like, wait, why am I sprinting after him? He's gone now. Fucking sound. Fucking walked back in, and the customers started fucking clapping me. Fucking as soon as I came back in, I was like, don't be clapping that. That guy's got some fucking head issues, man. Jesus Christ. That was probably one of the most mental ones. I've kicked someone out, man.
So TikTok for the new Mad Dog. How did the Londis sort of deal come about with that? Was it a promotion?
Mate, I'm going to get ripped apart for it because it's Londis, mate. But it's so. I thought I was sitting in my room. I played Rocket League all the time. I played Xbox loads, and I was sitting, man, and I just seen that Mad Dog. But I remember about a year ago, somebody released a picture of it, and it was that one. But it was just like a concept, or like a bam up. I can't mind. And then I was like, this is a bam up, like they're at it. So then this Londis one, mate, the guy's actually showing you pulling him out the box. So I was like, no way, man, this is for real. So I'm like in the group chat with the boys, I'm like, look at this new Mad Dog, man, dynamite. Because obviously, like in America, you get hummers of other flavours, but here you don't. Obviously, like they brought out the dragon fruit and then the electric melon, but they've been out in America for donkeys. There's like banana red and peaches and cream and all that you don't get here that you get out there.
Aye.
So then adding that stitching, and it was like them showing you the Mad Dog. So I just made a video with my roommate, me shoving my hoodie on, my shoes on, then sprinting to the street.
Aye.
And then that video ended up, I don't know, maybe like 300k views and like over 10k likes. I can't remember like exactly what it was.
Aye.
But they messaged me because their page had like 400 followers. They're Londis thing. So they basically promote, like they get, do you know that AU vodka, the gold one?
Aye, was it the one with the gold sort of bits in it?
Aye. So basically they have like Ciroc and all that in their shop, and they do like TikToks, see all like this different flavours of Ciroc, all that shit, just to promote their wee Londis shop. So the boy messaged me, he's like, oh, I've went up from 300 followers to like 2.5k or something. He just said, oh, thanks very much for it. I said, oh, no worries, mate. I said, I'm going to pop up and get a bottle.
Right.
He's like, I pop in and I'll sort you out. So I just fucking made a TikTok of me going up just to promote our page again, and then he gave me 4 bottles of Mad Dog for nothing. So it was just, my pals that were all laughing at me, like, imagine actually doing a hang with Londis. I was like, it wasn't really doing something there. I just went up and the guy sorted out a cut of bottle of Mad Dog, and obviously he would have got clout, or no clout, he would have got sales for the video anyway, you know what I mean?
Defos, aye, it's mad.
Ten of a bottle of Mad Dog, 4 bottles for nothing.
Aye, that's 40 quid for nothing, aye.
Exactly, man.